Hello, hello, everyone. How are you guys? Hello, Nicholas. Oh, just another flute guy. Hello, Midnight Moth, Beth, Deanna. Um, Kai. Kai, how are you? Um, um, I hope you're okay. Hey Victor, how are you? Okay. You're alive! Man, man. Um, it's been a rough time for everyone, hasn't it? It's been a rough time, you know. Um, Hubs is getting better, by the way. So, you know, I'm very happy about that because every time he coughed, like that horrible, horrible, like body wrenching cough, like hurt my heart and my soul every single time. He's not doing that anymore. Still kind of like a little bit of a tickly throat, but like he's so much better now. Oswaldo, welcome. Nathan, welcome. Claritin literally knocked you out too hard. I understand. I understand. Even if you had an alarm, I don't know if that would have woken you up. How are the rest of you guys? Are you guys surviving flu season? Are you guys surviving cough season? Allergy season? It is rough right now. I think yesterday we were just talking about that too, and we were saying that like masking while you're outside really helps with the allergies. I mean, it won't make all of your allergies go away, but it really helps. And I really noticed the difference because I think this year is or was it last year? I think last year was when I kind of like started to be a little bit more lax with my masking. And so during the spring and the summer, I didn't put on my mask when I went outside. Like the allergies were just so bad. And I was like, oh, it's because I was masking while outside for the last couple of years, like few years. So, yeah, that really helps, guys. Like, if you have really bad allergies, consider masking. Like masking when you can. It just helps. So, yeah, happy Friday, everyone. I know it helps a lot, right? Cranky, hello, welcome back. Hello, hello. Um, hey, so today you found the way to make the tenor recorder not hurtful to play Midnight Moth. That's fantastic. I remember some streams ago, you were saying that it was giving you a lot of pain. So I'm really glad. Excellent, excellent. Oh, it's Saturday in Australia. Yes, it is, isn't it? um, very late. No, no. Like midday, right? It's no morning. Morning? Is it like morning in Saturday? Um, in Australia. Oh, hey, a mask that says pollen control sounds fantastic. Morning 10 a.m. Okay. So I was right. Um, nice, very nice. Oh, I hope you're having a really relaxing Saturday morning. I know. Look at Cranky living in the future. I know. Okay, as I take my flute out, I wanted to update you guys on some very nerdy thoughts. Well, the first thing is I'm kind of buzzed on coffee right now. So if you guys notice that I'm maybe talking a little faster, jumping topics a little bit faster, maybe I'm going to guess that my technique is going to be a little bit trigger happy today. That's why. I was actually just out of the house and I got a coffee. It was one of the most interesting coffees I've ever had. It was an ube juniper almond milk latte. Just think about that. It was very interesting. Personally, I really loved it. John hated it. Well, he didn't hate it, but he didn't like it when it like cooled down and you could taste even more of it. Um, I really like juniper. I am a big gin fan. Have been a gin fan for a very long time. The only perfume that I ever owned in my life was a juniper based perfume. Um, I love juniper. And granted, I get it. It's a little weird in coffee because you drink the coffee, then you swallow it, and then you taste the juniper. It's very interesting. But yeah, that's why I'm buzzed. But I wanted to. I know I love ube. Ube is so good. Yes, yes, the Filipino ham. Yes, yes. It's so good. It's very good. Void, hello. How are you? Um, don't ever reset your phone's dictionary. Mommy coffee. Oh boy. I think chat typos and chat like live chat auto completes and autocorrects are some of my some of my favorite things to ever happen in our chat. You got your flute back. Excellent. And is good? Cork's not falling out anymore? Yeah? Yeah? But anyway, I did want to share with you guys my very extremely nerdy contemplations. So yesterday I finished up the Woodify rings review highlight video. So it has now been compressed down from 3 hours. The 3 hour full live stream will be up forever. But I did compress it all just down to the bare bones highlights of which still only compressed down to 28 minutes. I could not get it down to 15. But as I was doing it, it meant that I was repeatedly listening to all of the Woodifys on my flute. And guys, I am starting to doubt the Beechwood for me. Because the one that sounds the best in that review, and the one that I remember being the absolute most comfortable, was the cherry one. The cherry wood right at the beginning. That's the one that you, like, I had a very visceral reaction. I would not be surprised if my eyes slightly dilated as well. And like, if you listen to them back to back, you can really hear how alive and free and relaxed I sound on the cherry. So I think towards the end of today, I should try out the cherry. Yeah, okay, so Midnight Moth thought the same. Yeah, you can't deny it, okay? Like you guys watch it. You like tomorrow or today if you're a member like Midnight Moth, okay? You can watch it now. It's live for early access for members of this channel. It will go public tomorrow. And you guys, like, I gave timestamps, so it's going to be very easy for you guys to jump around. I also put timestamps in the full live stream as well, so you guys can jump around and like listen to me back to back playing the different ones. The cherry. Yeah. Deanna also wondering why I was focused on Beechwood. Because Ale was correct. Oh my goodness, Nathan, thank you so much for gifting 5 memberships. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Stacy also thought the cherry sounded best. Okay, so all of you guys thought the cherry sounded the best. Yeah. It's so obvious. It's so obvious. Um, and okay, so basically 5 more people can now watch the the video early today. Um, and yeah, so be sure to say thank you to Nathan. Thank you again, Nathan. I really appreciate it. Victor, you made cherry wood speakers once. Wow. Seriously, Nathan, thank you so much. It's so appreciated. Um, but yeah, so um, I I was just like, you listen to it back to back, it's immediate, like it's very noticeable. However, Ale was correct because in the interview he mentioned that you should have a long trial where you like uh play on your own. You play with different woods. You think about it for a while. And you also basically get people to listen to you from further away. Now, I was listening to myself play from here in, like in the when I was actually reviewing it. Now, when I'm listening to myself through the live stream, I get your perspective, which is the perspective of my microphones being further away from me. So not like right here. Yeah, so I basically proved him correct that like you have to consider how you sound away from yourself, how you sound to other people. And yeah, I know cherrywood sounds so fancy, I know. But yeah, so it's it definitely like I couldn't deny it. Like I was just like watching my own like editing it and I was just like, okay, it's the cherry. There's no way that it's not the cherry, you know? Um but anyway, hello, Lasse, 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 Lasse. Um, welcome to the stream. Please let me know how I might pronounce your name. Stacy, did I say hi to you? Hello, Stacy. And I do see that I think Rogue and Chef Maiku and Noelle might be lurking. Hello, because I can see that you're gifted memberships. um, hello, Michael. So yeah, that is my very nerdy contemplation. I think it's the cherry because even though the beach would helped my bad tone day yesterday, I could still feel that I was still fighting it too. So I was like, maybe this might not actually be the correct one. Blue Moon, hello. How are you? Happy Friday. Okay. So it was amazing what difference it made. Didn't expect to hear anything. Yeah. You can absolutely hear a difference when someone sounds at ease. I think that is the biggest thing. I think people don't realize just how much more musical, expressive, how much more you will like have better tone if you are at ease, if you are comfortable. If you are playing an instrument where you have to be very cautious about like the shape of the inside of your mouth, that resonant chamber in your mouth. You have to be very specific about the shape of the airstream coming out, the speed of the air, etc. You have to be, maybe it resonates in spots that is not that natural for you. Then, like be, if none of that is comfortable for you, the way that you play will be very kind of like guarded, and because it's guarded, you won't let go and just feel, you know. um so any like flute change, like a change of instrument, change of head joint, change of flute gadget, etc., Anything that can make you more comfortable will automatically make you sound better because you can just let go, you know? So, yeah, I think I want to make that very clear in case anyone is watching this on the sidelines who are just kind of getting into all of this. Just because you sound better on something, it doesn't necessarily mean that thing that is better for you is better for everyone else, because we're all very different. So, yeah, it's German, but you would pronounce it with a short E. Lasse. Lasse? Did I say it right? Lasse? Thank you for educating me. Okay. With that said, let's practice a bit. I'm going to practice without the Woodify first, and then I'll pop the Woodify on maybe second half or towards the end of the stream. So that's the plan. I do want to make sure that when I practice that I am still understanding myself and working around myself and my flute the way it is. Oh, I said it right. Excellent, excellent. Okay, so here we go. There we go. Go into our practice mode here. I'm gonna grab my earplug to protect my hearing in my right ear, which I do highly recommend that that you guys do, especially if you guys play a lot of notes in the high register. You can use high fidelity earplugs so that you can still hear yourself, but you can protect your hearing. Okay, so let's do this. We will switch to our flute microphones in just a bit, but we'll start the timer first. Excellent. Okay. Whoa, I did not line that up. Hey, Carlos. Thanks for repping the member Discord. And hello, Saturday. How are you? All right, there is the hope that today the tone is generally better. Generally speaking, if you have a really bad tone day, the next day you're going to be fine. You're going to be great. So in case you guys have, or when you guys have bad tone days, because everyone has bad tone days, I have decided that I will stop beating myself up on bad tone days, because I've had enough bad tone days where the next day is an amazing day, that now I have decided to reframe the situation and be like, well, I'm bad today, but that means I will be a god tomorrow. You know, it's the same coin, but we're just looking on the other side that is, you know, more hopeful and positive and will make me excited to come back to play instead of full of anxiety. So that has really helped me, and I hope it helps you guys too. Okay, so we are now on Moyse de la Sonorite, page 21. These are interval exercises, interval tone exercises. We are jumping from every note in our range to apparently low E today. And we will start out by tonguing everything. You guys like that mentality? Excellent. Saxophone flutist, welcome back to the stream. How are you doing? Yeah, it's a great day. It's a great tone day. Oh no, you're listening to a video with low volume before this one. I'm so sorry. I hope your ears are okay. So let's see. So Nicholas, Prof has also mentioned that if we have a bad tone day, it's good to rely on our muscle memory instead, because odds are we don't sound as bad as we thought we sounded. Hard agree. I think the way that I think of it is you have to play as if you're driving manual. Like everything that you are doing, you need to do it with full intention. Where you're resonating in the mouth, your lower lip manipulation, support, breathing low, your posture, everything. Like everything has to be done extremely intentional, and you can still get a great sound out. Even though you feel like poo-poo, you know. So, let's see, your friend, Diana, your friend said to treat a bad tone day or a bad art day like the bowstring being pulled back so that a lot of forward momentum can be built up. That is such a nice way of putting it. I love it. Carlos, you got the swab too? Isn't it fantastic? Guys, get this swab. Link below, CAM.VOYAGE.online.com. It's made by Just Another Flute Guy here in the chat. Okay, anyway, we're going to do our second articulation now, which is slurring from the low E to every other note. All right, let's try this. guys are getting international orders too for swab. Yeah! Yeah! Okay, now, in terms of what I just did there, I can definitely feel I was right. A few days ago, yesterday and the day before, I was saying that I suspect that I am overdoing the lower lip manipulation, which is a good sign. Okay? It's a good sign. It means that I'm getting used to it. Thus, I do not actually have to put as much effort into doing it anymore. I can pull back because it has become more natural to me. So I can absolutely feel it going into the middle register, E, F, F sharp. I was like, ooh, I'm way overdoing it because I was placing the E, F, F sharp where the higher right above it, just like a fourth above it, the A, B flat, B should be. And I'm like, I'm overdoing it. So I was correct. I was correct. It does make me wonder if part of bad tone days might come from penduluming really hard, where like you're learning a new skill and then you get to the point where you're completely overdoing it, but you don't realize it yet. So it makes me wonder if that contributes to bad tone days too. Because, you know, that self-awareness kind of does not progress at the same rate as your actual skill progressing. It just, none of it lines up. Your, like the way you hear yourself, like how much you hear in your own playing, the progress of that does not, like the improvement in the progress of that does not, you know, does not grow at the same rate as your actual skill level is growing, and your self-awareness of what you're doing also does not grow at the same rate. So I wonder if like essentially like a bad combo of that will create a bad tone day, which ironically is actually a good sign. I am very caffeinated right now. I already warned you guys. But anyway, I'm going to try the middle register again. Okay. Team overachievers. Yeah, I'm definitely working too hard. Yeah, like that's me like pulling way back. Like just doing what we said a couple months ago, which was to pretend that I'm playing low register when I'm playing middle register, and then pretend that I'm playing middle register when I'm playing high register, and then to pretend that I'm playing whistle tones when I'm playing low register. So, okay, I think we got what we needed to get out of that exercise, considering how caffeinated I am. So we will leave this for next time, which by the way, I am not streaming on Monday. It is Easter Monday, so I'm taking that day off. Just relaxing, spending it with John. Oh, do not give me a Red Bull. I don't actually like energy drinks. I think the only energy drink which is it considered an energy drink is Pocari Sweat. I know, okay, the name put me off too. Okay, the name put me off as well. But it's a Japanese I think it's Japanese at least. Regardless, it is an Asian energy drink. And it's fantastic. Oh, by the way, happy Easter, Michael. Thank you so much for dropping by. Just to say that, that's so sweet. Have fun with your family. Electrolyte. Electrolyte drink. Okay, so I guess that's not an energy drink. Not, okay, good. Then no, I don't like energy drinks. I love that you like, Okay, if any of you have not had Pocari Sweat and you like Gatorade, but Gatorade maybe is like a little too sweet, Pocari Sweat is amazing. I tried it for the first time in Japan, and I couldn't get enough of it. Like John kept trying to get me to try it, and I didn't try it for a while because the name turned me off, but it was fantastic. Anyway, I'm getting carried away. So let's do some circular breathing. Let's see how it goes. Oh, I am pressing the wrong button. Okay, this one. There we go. Okay, so let's do some circular breathing. Ion Supply drink / electrolyte beverage. That's Pocari Sweat, right? It's really good in Asian countries because it is so humid and you sweat a lot. So those kinds of drinks are fantastic for that. But like if you give me too much of that in like here where I live, which is like you very hardly break a sweat here. I mean, I'm already a very sweaty person on my own, and even I don't really break a sweat here in Seattle. So you give that to me too much here and I will absolutely balloon in weight. Okay, let's do some circular breathing on the flute and see how it goes. Right now, I'm only focusing on not plugging the back of my nose. I got one good one at the beginning of the like trilly bit. We'll take it. We will take it. Let's just move on. For Moyse 480 exercises, and we are doing 247. What is 247? 247. Oh no, it's a long one. Okay, it's okay. We are doing F sharp harmonic minor. Cool. Very cool. All right then, let's do this. Oh, I should probably swab. Let me do that real quick. So saxophone flutist, you said you typically have the problem of focusing so much on notes, vibrato, etc., that the tone is kind of the last thing on your mind. You're trying to make it a more important part of your practice routine. Okay, I feel you. Now, the advice that I give my students when you feel like you have to think about 5,000 things at the same time, I would consider only thinking about one or two things for about 2 weeks. Like just throw everything else away in your mind, you know, and be forgiving of yourself. Understand that your tone won't be, you know, exactly where you want it right now, but that's okay because you are focusing on one or two skills that you can kind of bring into, like, do it more often, get it into your muscle memory, and that way you don't have to think about it as hard. And then after 2 weeks, you can kind of reevaluate and be like, okay, Am I doing this fairly like naturally? Do I maybe not have to think about these one or two skills so much? And then you can pick a different set of one or two skills after 2 weeks or a month or something like that. Pick another one or two to focus on, and then just focus on that. And then like you can even go back and rework the stuff that you did, that you worked on like a month ago, 2 months ago, something like that. That's totally fine too. But I find that working on one or two things at the same time is, in general, it works a lot better because you're not so overwhelmed, and your brain will actually be more receptive to change. Whereas if we bombard our brains with too many things to change at the same time, at least I feel that my brain sort of shuts down and starts almost like rejecting any change that I'm trying to make towards it. So that's my thought process on that anyway. I hope that was, at least I hope that helps you kind of consider your options a little. Okay, so let's do this. I'm going to do the low B just for fun. There's probably going to be some blippage between low C sharp and low B, and that's okay. But I just want a little bit of a challenge. So let's start down there. Okay. Previously, I had thought that you have to just, okay, I think this might be a small person problem though. Okay, so this is small hand problem. So before, I was thinking that I would have to just lift one joint, the top pinky joint, to go between low C sharp and B. But because my hands are so small, it's causing my ring finger to shift off of the hole, which does not give you a C sharp. But I just found that if I do like more of like a diagonal shift, for some reason that works better. And the reason why I thought of that was because I was thinking of the Dryad's Touch flute that has an angled B, C, or C sharp, C and B keys. And I was like, what if I just pretended that this was also angled? And that worked. Your prof has her right hand ring key plugged. So many people do. You have big hands and you have the same issue? Oh, So it's not just a small hand issue. Interesting. Okay, so y'all have the same problem too. Okay, I just discovered that if I pretend that my foot joint keys are at a 45-degree angle, angled toward me, and I just, instead of going straight on like this, I'm going diagonal like that. That for some reason seems to work better. It's interesting. Let's see, Stacy, you have your index finger plugged on your right because your fingers have a curve. You do what you need. Nobody cares, and it's great. Okay. So what helps you is realigning your foot joints so you can reach all the keys and only moving your wrist. Yeah, I think that's what it is that when I move my wrist, I go diagonal. Whereas I can't move my wrist and go forward, like perfectly forward, without shifting my finger off of the ring key. It's so interesting. So there's still a little bit of a blip there, but it's considerably better than when I first tried this. So we're going to take it. You know, we're just going to sleep on that idea. So I do think that if one day I throw enough money at someone to make me a 45-degree angle, like foot joint keys, like I think I could do that even easier. Yeah. Hello, Gabriel. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, with the wrist. Okay. It's much better. It could be better, but it's much better than it was. So we're going to move on from that though. We keep going. All right, I'm just making sure that I stay nice and loose considering how caffeinated I am. I got a little bit distracted because I'm starting to read the Japanese in this book. And I'm like, octave. Oh, octave. Oh, yeah, it says octave. Anyway, okay, we keep going. Another octave higher. Octave. Okay. I'm really trying to focus on like pretending like it's an octave lower, but also keeping in mind where my lip needs to be, where it needs to resonate, good support. there was one of them I felt like I was going too hard, and then I backed off on the other ones and they just sang right out. Right. All right. All right. Ooh. Okay, two more. Two more. These ones are just for fun. Not bad. Not bad. One more just for funsies. All right. We take that. We take it. We take it. That was I'm happy with that. Okay. So, let's do for next time 380. Okay. There we go. 38. Oops. 80 for next time. Okay. All right. Save this one too. Okay, so now let's do the Ibert. I want to do the compression exercise. You know, in the two different ways. So the long, short, and then short, long. And then I want to run it at its normal as written version twice. So 4 times total for Q56. Because I was, again, just being a total nerd and being like, I wonder why the extreme compression exercise really worked. And I think it's because now that I am essentially like changing like how I'm timing my fingers, because timing your fingers when they're going up and down versus when they have to stretch is very different. So the compression exercise gives me enough time to think about it. So I was thinking about, like yesterday, I was thinking about how do I want to incorporate the compression exercise into my drills, and I think this is a great way to do it without like adding too much time. So that's what we're going to do. Turnaround exercise. Oh, yes, please do. Yes. You are a moderator, so you actually can put links into the chat if you would like. Right, I should probably swab. Also, thank you. Yeah. Hey, today is a much better day than yesterday. You know, if you're having a bad tone day, the next day will be a God day. They're not links, but you can DM them to me. I will gladly accept them. Yes, please do. I probably don't have time to do them on stream today, but I will gladly accept them. Thank you. Okay. it the wrong way. Okay, okay, that's interesting. Okay. Yes. Okay, that is how I'm going to drill it from now on. That was great. Much more effective. Okay, so we're now going to start from the end of the recap and go to the top. And we're going to do the same thing, at least to the parts that are fast. So I'm going to play the parts that are normal, that like I don't need this type of compression exercise. I'm going to play those normal. But when I get to the fast parts, I will, or like the noodly bits, I'll do the compression for the first 2 repetitions, and then the second 2 repetitions, I'll do it as written. Yeah. Yeah, I think, yeah, I agree. So the turnaround should be played 8VA for the whole thing. Okay, perfect. Did you send it to me already over? Yes, you did. Perfect. Wonderful. Thank you so very much. Ooh. Ooh. Okay, excellent, excellent. So I've downloaded both. Which one? And then there's this one. Oh, this is great. This is great. I think what I will do is maybe I can start adding this to my practice checklist. I'll think about how to do it. Well, clearly I need a little bit of time to consider how to like fit everything into my practice schedule, but like my practice checklist, but thank you. I'm going to put it in with my practice stuff. Cool, cool, cool. Prof does them every day. Can always hear her practicing them in the hall. I can see why. Okay, here we go. I think I will enjoy them a lot, the turnaround exercises. I think, I mean, I could always take like a 2-week break from the Moyse 480 exercises and do the turnaround exercises for like 2 to 4 weeks. something like that, you know? Like we could do like a little break and then come back to it, like come back to the Moyse, right? Thank you. I also wasn't overblowing, so it made it a lot easier. Thank you. Okay. Okay, we're now going to play it as written. I'm actually going to see how it goes as written. If it's fine, then I'm just going to keep going back to the previous section and do the same thing. Okay, that time I resonated it correctly. It doesn't take it takes a surprisingly less amount of air than I think, but only if I resonate it in the correct spot in my mouth. Welcome back, Midnight Moth. Okay, I like that. So I'm actually going to do that instead. So two of the drills will be the compression, and then the third will be the as written. So we'll do it that way. Okay, here we go. Viva, did I find this on MuseScore? No, it's on IMSLP. You're asking about the Ibert, right? The Ibert is on IMSLP. I know, compression rhythms solve everything. I know. Also, Viva, I just saw that, yeah, it's Ruth. Hi, Ruth. How are you? Okay, here we go. I feel like I should do that one more time. So let's do it one more time. Oh, Genshin. Yes, MuseScore. You just go on MuseScore and you just like look up like Genshin main theme, flute, you know, like stuff like that. Yeah. I just use the search function. Okay, that's not bad. That felt really good. I feel like if I do compression exercises for another week, it's gonna really, really smooth it out. So let's keep going. Side lever for the B flat. Which part? I really like that. Okay, 1 week of doing this, and I think it's gonna be, oh, so nice. Okay. Which way am I doing it? It really is like the cure for everything. What the heck? Okay, go again. Oh, I see that I'm technically out of time, but I'm gonna finish this, and then I'm actually gonna go and see what John is up to after this, and see if I can afford to go a little longer. So I'm having fun. So there we go. I think what I'll do is I'm actually just going to turn off the timer now. There you go. Okay. No. I am adding an extra note. All right. Lemonade, hello. It's fashionably late, exactly. Okay, we're gonna run it one more time, and then I'm gonna go and see what John's up to. That was really good. I just realized that I'm going to have to do this probably to the rest of the whole third movement, if not also parts of the first movement too. And that's okay. I'm not on a deadline. You know, so I think I will eventually kind of like go back and do this to the entire concerto. Okay. Give me a sec, guys. I'm just gonna go and check to see how long I can go overtime for. I mean, we got most of everything I wanted to do today done, but let's see how much time we have to kind of mess around. So I'll be right back. Give me a sec. For now, sit tight. Be right back. Hello, hello. I've got the green light to keep going. He's busy right now, so I can just keep playing. So we are going to have a little bit of fun. I want to play some of Rapid as Wildfires with just like this, and then I want to pop on the cherry Woodify and see what happens. So let's see. I'm just gonna make sure that this guy works. Okay, it does. Okay, I just turned on my Bluetooth music pedal. Okay. All right. I am going to, let's start from the top. I have time. So here we go. Experimenting with where it needs to resonate in the mouth. Whoops, wrong. Okay. Once more. I had to swallow a little bit. Right. Accidentally lifting a few fingers I should not be. Okay. starting to get a bit tired for sure. Interesting, Lemonade. So something that I just like my I guess personal conclusions from working with the Woodify was that I think it is a great tool for professionals. I'm not sure how good of a tool it is for beginners and intermediate and like beginner advanced. Because if you're still developing your tone, you don't know your weaknesses yet. Like you don't know your true weaknesses yet. You have to be at a point where you really understand your weaknesses and your strengths so that you can actually fine tune it to what you need on a specific day. So this actually segues into a very nerdy thought that I had at the end of this, which is that so I was like, I remember what it felt like to play with the cherry Woodify ring. And I was like, I'm going to, because the Woodify ring makes it so that you can push against the flute a little bit more. You have a little bit more give. It's a little bit more forgiving. So I was like, I think that round shape in my mouth is just the way that my mouth, like that's the inside shape of my mouth. So I was like, I should imagine the same shape as how the cherry felt on my flute. I should imagine that same shape in my mouth. And so I did that, and it sounded really like things resonated exactly where I thought they needed to, like, but that shape in my mouth definitely feels a lot more fragile without the Woodify. So with the Woodify, it sort of solidifies the feeling of that shape in your mouth. It solidifies it for you so that you have something to push against. So, you know, that's how I feel. Yeah. So I definitely like when I was trying it, and yeah, I was like, this is a fantastic tool, an absolutely fantastic tool for professionals, because it can allow you to like fine tune your playing, but you really have to know your playing. Like you have to be kind of pretty much way beyond the tone development stage to, I think, use the Woodify to its full potential. That's what I think. So yeah, so this one's the cherry. And I am curious to see how this is going to make this sound. So let's pop this on. And I'm going to pop it on in the kind of like your middle register kind of position. Okay, that's a little tight. So I don't want to make it too tight. Okay, good. I can still move it around. And we want it to be like pretty close to, I think I'm going to put it, try to put it, that is, right at the edge. Like basically right next to where the tenon starts. Okay, so we'll try that. All right. It makes it really hard to see the edge of the tenon. I will say that. Okay. So I'm going to try it right next to the barrel. Okay, that's where the tenon is. Okay, we'll try that. We'll try that. Sorry, guys. I think I can afford to put it up the barrel, up the neck just a hair. So the thought process right now, so I'm trying to put it up approximately half a centimeter. Yeah, let's try about half a centimeter up. Because again, you have to understand exactly where the notes resonate in your mouth to be able to fine tune it quite like this. So it's the resonant space is not where I practiced it today, but it is like, this makes it generally easier. So I don't have to like go as high into my mouth. Yeah. I think for me, my personal ideal spot is about half a centimeter up from the barrel. And because that it opens up the it gives me a little bit of extra push against my high A. I think high F sharp to high A is my weak point and my flute's weak point. The middle register E is also the weak point, and with it up just like half a centimeter up from the neck, it is just opening up the E, middle register E, and it is not so, like, it's not it's not moving everything so far forward that it's making the low register uncomfortable for me. The low register is still sitting at a comfortable spot for me. So talk about fine tuning. That's what I mean. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yep. So I like this discussion you guys are having. Yeah, I personally I do stress that the Woodify, I think, is best used by professionals. It's a great way to fine tune your playing, and also I think it really has the potential to make a bad tone day a good tone day, so that you can still have that consistency as you do gigs, recordings, etc. Especially if you're doing recordings where you need to have the same ease of playing and that same like consistency and technical prowess to deliver the same phrase over and over again, take after take after take. So something like the Woodify can really like give you a little bit more, like way more consistency. Exactly. Do not use this as a crutch. The Woodify is not to be used as a crutch. The Woodify is to be used like acoustic audio engineering. That's essentially what you're doing. Yeah. So, yeah, exactly. You will only be able to use the Woodify to fix your bad tone day if you already understand how to fix your bad tone day without any help. Yeah. Yeah. How would you know if you're a beginner, advanced, or later advanced student? I'm going to be completely real with you. I only found out that I was deemed competent when my professors told me I was. Like, I just didn't feel competent ever. For me, though, in terms of my own personal feeling, it was, again, just being completely real. It was when I started to be able to predict what I needed to do with my mouth, or just morph my mouth to whatever flute I was playing. The fact that I could do that, I was like, oh, I think I know how I play then, because I could only morph myself to other flutes if I know where I stand. So that's me. I think it is really hard to like know when you've gotten to the point where you are considered like an extremely advanced player. Yeah. No, you're not coming across aggressive. Not at all. Not at all. In fact, I hope I'm also not coming across aggressive either. But like, I think it is the reality of how this works. Like, I do think that Woodify is best used as a tool and not as a crutch. Yeah. Yeah. So I hope that makes sense. This is a good conversation that we're having. I like it. Yeah, but you guys can hear a difference, right? Like I think I don't have to concentrate as hard, but I do have to play a little bit to get used to it. So let's try a different part of this. I want to try a slightly lower section. Yeah, I don't have to worry about the middle register E's anymore. Like, I can just kind of like throw them out there and they don't break. I do think that I have a tendency to start overblowing with this because I feel like I can push against it. I think I should not overblow still. And I can just trust it. If that makes sense. So I'm going to try another section. Yeah, I like it. I like that it essentially it just kind of makes it so that all um the weak point notes that I'm afraid will break, there I just have a lot more margin, um margin of error, or like a, you know, there's more. I can I like it just won't break as easily. Yeah. Yeah, so there are E's all over the place, high E's, and this just it just gives me a little more margin to, like, so I don't have to be so cautious. I think that's really that's really all it is. So this is very good for consistency. So like, I think I, even if I buy this, I still haven't decided if I'm buying it. If I buy it, I think I would use it, like, let's say I'm recording something on a particular day. I would probably practice and warm up with this on that day, and then record with it that day. But then my like normal personal development practicing, I would practice without this. I think that's how I would personally, that's how I would use it. Yeah. Okay, so as you guys can hear, you still have to know where to resonate the note, and you still have to move it there. This will not magically do it for you, as you can hear. Like, I was messing around there. I was like, what if I didn't like go as high as I think I need to, and I stay lower in my mouth? No, it doesn't come out. You still have to play as you normally do, but this just gives you a little bit more margin for error. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's it. That's the word. It's just more forgiving. So you still need to know exactly how to play your flute. You have to know it inside out. And this just gives you way more consistency. It's more forgiving. So if you are under like a stressful situation and you don't know if you can deliver exactly what you need to get those high notes to ring really, really well, like don't know if you can do it like under duress, basically, then this will give you a little bit more wiggle room, more forgiving. I think that's it. Yes, yes, you can push a little bit more air. Like you don't have to be as careful, but it's very close to how you would play it without the Woodify. Yeah, yeah, but okay, granted, this, it will only work like that if you choose the Woodify that matches the the natural shape of the inside of your mouth the most. For me, it is apparently basically a sphere. um yeah. So like if you pick a wood that forces you to do an entirely different shape inside of your mouth, then you don't have this kind of predictability. Does that make sense? Yeah. So you have to try the Woodifies as if you're trying different head joints. Like they will actually make your flute feel like you've put on different head joints. Yeah. It is very interesting. Like the fact that it can give you just that little bit of forgiveness so that if you are playing with a little bit of performance anxiety, with a little bit of just like that extra like adrenaline, that extra energy that makes it so that when you're hitting those like really specific notes, so like especially the weak points of your flute, it makes it a little bit unpredictable and you don't really know if it's going to come up because you have to be very precise about it. This will allow you to know that you're going to hit it. Yeah. That's true. Don't know if it resonates better because my lip play is wood. Yeah. You know. So, I think there's another right. There's a few more tunes that I want to try that all kind of feature my like weak points. Okay, so it's still higher. It's still higher because I think I'm not doing it. It's not clamped as hard, and so the effect isn't as pronounced as when I was doing it in the review. So. Yeah. It's basically the same as how I played normally, but just more forgiving. That's really all it is. So I definitely still have to play as normal, which is actually perfect because then you still have that sense of like the feeling of consistency, because you don't want to put this on and then have it feel completely different from how you normally play, right? You just want it to be like more forgiving. It like rings a little bit more, resonates a little bit more. You know what I mean? Like it's like it just kind of enhances, like it's like putting on makeup. This is like makeup for your tone, I would say. Yeah. Okay. Um, Another song I wanted to do. I need to see the beginning of it. All right. Okay. What's the word? What's the note? All right. It does not help if you start getting tension. I think I've been playing for a long time, so I'm starting to get tired. Okay. Oh, and if your flute is super condensy, it also will not help with that. Hello, love. He's in the next room, literally behind this wall. This is the song of crying in Genshin. Everyone say hi to John, my hubby. Yeah, I'm getting tired. But do you guys hear how like I swabbed it? Give myself a little break so I don't have that tension, and then you can hear how the sound opened up, right? So, all right. Um, I think that is the extent of how much I can play today. So like I want to keep going, but I can feel, oh boy, I'm getting tired. So we've been going for like 2 hours, more than 2 hours. So I am justified in how tired I am. You're so welcome, Nathan. Thank you guys for like hanging out with me for so long. I really appreciate it. And thank you for being a nerd with me. We got so nerdy today. It just fills my cup. I love how nerdy we got. So, I do stress that this is Woodify is Woodify rings at least. Y'all can get the waves and the twigs, okay? If you have some money to spend and you want to look cute while you play the flute with like wood rests, go for it, do it. It's great. Personally, I find that I haven't put them back on, but when I was using the Woodify wave and the twig, I felt that I could feel the vibrations of the flute more against my hand. And with me being such a tactile learner and a tactile player, that was fantastic for me to like really feel like, was I resonating really well, et cetera, et cetera. So, however, I got real lazy. And then after a COA like a year and a half ago or something like that, I just did not put them back on. And I decided to experiment with sort of like, what do you have to do as a person with real small hands to play the flute the way that it is set up right now? And I've found out a lot of really helpful things that has really kind of like, oh, like, did I have to? Maybe not, but like, I personally felt that it was really helpful for me to learn a lot of kind of like how to overcome small hand issues, small limb issues, because I'm a teacher. And so it helps my students because, with my students being like super, like, kind of, I have tall students, I have short students, I have like, average height students. So like, it's nice to be able to like learn more about like, in like, if I didn't have these wonderful inventions and gadgets and stuff like that, like what would I have to do? I feel like it has just afforded me the opportunity to learn more. So will I put the wave and the twig back on one day? Probably. But I think I'm a little too invested in sort of like learning learning really good posture, good breathing, good resonance, embouchure, lip manipulation, like I'm really invested in like learning how to do all of that stuff bang on with no gadgets. And then I think knowing how to use things without gadgets, then I think that you can use the gadgets to their full potential. Like, for example, if I were to like purchase, for example, the walnut Woodify ring because I think it's pretty and I like walnut, but as we found out in the review, the walnut does not fit the shape of my mouth whatsoever. So what it would do if I had bought that one, and if I was playing with that long term, it would actually make me more tense over time because I would have to compensate and like use different muscles in my mouth and stuff like that, and my tongue even, to make that Woodify work for me. And long term, that is not good for your to relax and stuff like that. So yeah, I think Woodify is a great tool. It is fantastic, but the prerequisite is that you have to know your own playing and you have to know your own flute. You need to know both. So you need to know the strengths and the weaknesses of your flute, and you have to know your own strengths and weaknesses and the shape of your mouth, stuff like that. And this is actually what Ale said in the interview. He straight up said, you can fine tune, you can use the Woodify to fine tune your playing, but you have to know your strengths and weaknesses. Like, you need to know the weaknesses of your flute and your own playing. So you know, I think. I think that this whole journey is really cool. So, oh, Nicholas, thank you. And y'all are so like, thank you for being nerds with me. And I love that you guys loved being nerds with me. Like, I love the like back and forth, like critical thinking that's happening, the sharing of experiences, like the you know, like the debates, the friendly debates. Y'all are real friendly and I appreciate it. The friendly debates, the like, you know, like we're really kind of like probing each other's minds. And I think we are all making each other better for it. So I love it. I love it. How is my Trevor James doing? It's doing great. It's a fantastic teaching tool because it has a split E mechanism on it. So now I can show my students what split E looks like. It's great. I really like it. So, you know, among other things, there are other things that I have also shown on the, so yeah, I've actually ended up using my backup flute as a teaching tool. I am such a nerd. Can you believe that? I use my backup flute as a teaching tool. What a nerd. But yeah, so I'm just, I feel like I'm just living it up. Also, I just want to say, I am noticing no pain in my shoulders. So our posture was good today. Our posture was good. You know, like playing for 2 hours and not having pain. I just feel like my bicep lifted weights. Like yeah, so I feel like this bicep lifted weights and then my tricep here lifted weights. Do you guys feel that after like a really long session? I don't typically get sessions this long, so like it's actually kind of nice. Like it feels nice, but you know, I wish I could do this all the time, but I don't have that kind of time all the time. But anyway, okay, so I need to gather some items here to wash over the weekend. So we're washing this, okay? We're washing this. And we're also washing my eyeglass cloth and my whatchamacallit, flute flag. So cool. Gonna take off my silicone ring because I don't need that anymore. I'm gonna put back my wedding ring. Okay, we good. Playing the flute is a workout. It really is. Like, I legitimately think that it's starting to give me abs now that I'm actually doing it correctly. My goodness. Way to find out that I haven't been doing it correctly for like years and years and years. Okay, we're done. So what do you guys have to look forward to? So you guys have my Woodify review to look forward to tomorrow. For members, you get to see it today. It is already live for paying members to watch. But yeah, so you guys will get it on, the rest of you guys will get it tomorrow. And then I will be off until Tuesday. So I will see you guys on Tuesday. Let me see what time. I don't remember what time. I will see you guys at 4 p.m. on Tuesday afternoon. 4 p.m. my time, Pacific time. But until then, I love you all so very much. Thank you so much for joining me on this super long stream. Have a wonderful, wonderful Easter weekend, however you celebrate it. Most importantly, stay happy, healthy, and safe to the best of your ability. Take care of yourselves because there is no music without the musician. Alrighty, I love you guys. Laters. Bye-bye.